Hey guys, what's up? You can't see me. You can't see me. That is because I am doing a video from my cleaned off desktop. Isn't it awesome? It's amazing. It ain't really cleaned off because you see all this stuff on it, but I'm going to show you guys how I do the bush stitch in the round. I'm also going to show you what I do to clean off my drop spindles when I finish spinning stuff. Normally I would actually do this from the spinning wheel, but I'm going to show you a manual way of doing it as well. Because sometimes if you do it from the spinning wheel, you put a little bit more twist in it. So if you do it manually, you don't put additional twist into the yarn. So first I'm going to show you how I do the bush stitch in the round. So let me get a scrap ball of yarn out of my bag of scraps to show you. And I know there's people who are like, oh, we can't see you well. We got it. Trying to color where you guys can see stuff. So I have this little bit of red left over. Try to get my hands in the shot. There we go. And I know where my hands need to be. Alright, so when you're doing the bush stitch, we're gonna, it's 3 plus 1. So we're gonna do 12 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And our plus 1 is going to be our starting slip stitch. Okay? At least I think it works that way. If not, we can just add another stitch, right? So you're going to go 3 from the hook, 1, 2, 3. If you want to find my bush stitch tutorial, just type in bush stitch and you'll find a tutorial where I show you how to do this stitch. Maybe I should have took everything off my desk. That was my other spinning wheels. Look, stuff is just in the way today. Just over there. Alright, so start using the lights. Let there be lights. Okay. I'm just gonna try and get this chain started. Skip 2. This 1 is 2. I just want to show you guys how I do stuff in the round. How I join it. So how have you guys been doing today? I have been driving children to work today. So I am a little tired now. I don't like having to drive. Most of the time on the weekends, my husband does most of the driving because he's at work right now though. Thank you to the people who have purchased some of my handspun yarn through Etsy, who are taking a chance on the mystery handspun yarn. I'm hoping that you'll be very happy with your choices, the choices that I've sent you. I haven't had any complaints yet from people, the yarn I choose to send people. Everybody's been very happy with their yarn they've received. So, and you guys, you're awesome. I just want to see projects that people make stuff with that yarn. Because I don't use it. I'm more into the process of the spinning rather than the process of using the hand spun. I have friends who are trying to get me out of the process of not using my hands, but I would rather spin. So now we're not gonna chain or anything. Like, you're gonna pretend this is a long item like a cow, and you're gonna go over here, because this is the bottom of the stitch. So you're gonna join at the bottom of the stitch here, okay? And you're gonna do a slip stitch, not with your tail, with your yarn, okay? So you're gonna do a slip stitch, all right? And so now they're joined, and you can use that end to weave in this part here. See? So you're going to chain up 2, and you're going to churn. So, I'm chaining up the wrong way. Hold up. Yeah. Okay. You're going to find your chain 2 space, and you're going to be going back in that direction. Okay? You're going to do a regular 2 double crochet, chain 2, single crochet into that chain 2 space, and you're going to find your next one, and you're going to keep doing this in the round until you get back to your chain 2 where you joined them at. Okay, dun, dun, dun. So I'll meet you back there. I'm not going to cut off the video because I don't have one of those fancy programs where you can pause and all this other stuff. I would actually have to piece these videos together, and I ain't trying to be doing that because y'all know me. Alright, so we're back over here to our chain 2. We still got one chain 2 space right here. Okay, so we're going to do this chain 2 space. And then after I show you how I join it, I'll show you on the larger piece that I'm working on. You can do this for hats too. Okay, so now you're going to slide over. See where that chain 2 is at? You're going to slide under that sucker, join it with a slip stitch, and then you're going to chain 2 again. And then you're going to turn your work so that you have the chain 2 spaces next to you to get started and go back across. Okay? And that's how I do it in the round. And as you can see, you're going to have like a little line that goes up. But by you turning your work back and forth, it's going to be very hard for you to find where you started that at. I'll show you on this bigger one. Okay? Is this it? Yeah. Alright. So this is a circle scarf that I'm working on in the bush stitch using some Vanna's tweed, Heartland tweed, and it's a 4-ounce ball, and it is in the Shenandoah tweed, which is cool because the Shenandoah Valley is here in Virginia. I have yet to go to the Shenandoah Fiber Festival. I really want to go. At least I don't think I'll be in. So yeah, so this is actually the joint area. So I'm gonna focus on that for y'all. That is actually the joint area. Here's there it is. Here's the tail right here. Okay, so this is actually my joint area right here. All right, and it makes a very hard to find seam. This is the actual seam right there, but because of the stitch, it kind of hides it. And so I'm going to show you guys on this piece. Let me how far into it am I? I don't think I'm that far from the end. So I'm going to stand up because sitting is not very... And I apologize if I keep going off screen. I don't do tutorials often because, like I tell y'all, I don't have no fancy setup. And if you got a problem with my southern accent, deal with it. I grew up around old people who in our family who originally lived in Georgia or in South Carolina, I believe, off of those Geechee Islands, as people say. So my accent sometimes is a little stronger than others. I don't apologize for my accent. It is what makes me so unique. But I tell people all the time, just do not assume someone is ignorant because their southern accent is very thick. Some of our most prolific writers, poets, scientists originate from the South, and their accents are just as bad as mine. Okay? So never assume because someone doesn't speak proper English that they're stupid or that they're ignorant, because What they say, assuming makes an ass out of you and me. So don't do it. You might be speaking to someone on par with Stephen Hawkins, and they just have a southern accent. It all depends on how we're raised. I grew up wanting to hang around older people, listening to them talk and telling their stories and stuff like that. So my accent is thicker than some of my siblings who grew up watching television or not really dealing with the elderly in our family. So yeah. I'm trying to hurry up and get back over there, but this yarn, you know how you get a ball that sometimes when you're pulling from the center, the inside just don't want to act right, so it starts doing this thing, and it's frustrating because then you have to pull out more of the guts to untangle it. So, let me see. I hope I'm not frustrating y'all. A tutorial person, I am not, but I like sharing things that I've learned along the way, so it might help the next person, make their life a little bit easier. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Alright, it shouldn't be that far away now. Oh, there it is right there. Okay, so we are nearing our join. Okay. Alright, so you see this is our chain 2. So you're going to go up under the chain 2 and slip stitch that together, okay? The tighter you make this, the closer it's going to bring this stitch to your chain 2 space, all right? You're going to chain 2. You're going to churn that work so that now is the chain 2 space from the previous row is on your left hand side, okay? So you're going to do a regular complete bush stitch in there, which is the two double crochet, chain 2, single crochet in this under that chain 2 space. All right, and that's how you do it in the round. This works fine for circle cows. I've done it using hats. I use it making fingerless gloves, where I'll make the fingerless gloves using the pattern, and then I'll pick up the stitches on the edge and I'll knit a ribbing on the edge of the fingerless gloves. I mix knit and crochet a lot. So I hope you guys like that, doing the bush stitch in the round. I hope you make some cool projects with it. And for the person who asked me if you could do it in a round, now you see, you can do it in a round. It's not technically not in a round. In a way, if you think about it, you're joining your 2 rounds together, but it creates a project in the round. You see what I'm saying? Without you having to seam it up. And like I said, like if you look down here, it is very hard to see your seam on this project. So it makes a great stitch to do cows or long circle scarves with this stitch. I mean, that's why it's my favorite stitch of all time. It's simple, it's fast, and depending on what size hook you use, and this is using a I9 hook, Susan Bates, of course, because y'all know I love Susan Bates hooks. And it's an awesome stitch. It's just a very versatile, awesome stitch that you can use. I've done tops in this stitch where you do 2 square panels, sew it together. I pick up the stitches and knit a ribbon for the neck. I pick up the stitches and knit a ribbon for the bottom. And then I put my sleeves in. Using this stitch, gorgeous fabric. It makes gorgeous, gorgeous fabric. So, yeah. So maybe I'll write a pattern out for y'all or something. I don't know. Or y'all can write your own pattern out. It's not hard. I think this is maybe 115 or 20. Well, multiples of 3. But you need to put over 100 stitches. Multiples of 3. And the +1. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead now and we're going to go back to the spinning tip for today. Okay? So, you have a spinning wheel and you also have drop spinners. You want to get your yarn off your drop spinners. Usually, I would just get my spinning wheel and spin it off my drop spinner. And I'm going to show you the process. You will actually have to do it yourself. So, excuse the dust, but I have these old CD cases. And they have CDs in them. And that one's dusty because it's been down under my desk on the floor. But I have some that's taller than this too. I don't know where it's at. There it is. Hold up. It's going to be dusty too because it was in the back. Y'all. So, yeah. I have something I can clean it off with. Dryer sheet. Y'all just have to excuse the dust. This thing's been down up under there. I ain't been touched for about a year. Because I haven't been really drop spindling that much. But I'm in the mood to drop spindle. So that's what I've been doing. So if you got a shorter spindle, you can use a short one. But if you have a tall spindle, then you should use one of the taller ones. Okay? And you can go buy CDs from Best Buy. Even if you don't use them no more, you can buy them. Just you get this. So if you have someone in your family who likes to, so I told y'all it was dusty. So if you got somebody in your family that likes to make things for you, you can show them the design of this thing and have them make you something similar. But you need some weight in it so it doesn't move while you're doing this, okay? So you're going to put your spindle in there. And you're going to find your end. You see how it twirls? It's like a lazy cake. Alright? So you got your spindle in there. Oh, let me back up. Okay. Then you got your bobbin. Alright. You want to find your end on your bobbin. And because this is going to be 3-ply into a Navajo ply or chain ply. It's going to be a 3-ply. I actually will join this like this. This is bamboo. It is not going to felt together. So I actually have to put a knot in it. And then when I do my 3-ply, when I do the chain, I will actually line this up with the rest of the yarn. Like so. Oh man. I'll line it up like that as I apply it. And that'll smooth that in flat. And kind of blend it with the other fiber. So you won't hardly be able to tell that that was joined there. Unless you feel for it. Ain't too many people feeling through their clothes for no join. Except for knitters. So I'm just gonna pull this and wrap it around my bobbin until my spindle is cleaned off. Okay? That is how I join same fibers together. For plying on my spinning wheel. I'll put it all on one of these bobbins. And then I'll apply it. And this bobbin, is the hole big enough for me? I don't remember if this hole isn't big enough to fit on the lazy cake on my queen bee, then I do have the lazy cake for the Margie Craft Rose, and I'll put it on that lazy cake, and I'll apply it from that lazy cake. But that's just another tip for you guys to use, and hopefully it'll make your life easier. I know it makes my life easier. So I can just sit here all day doing this when I'm bored or ain't got nothing to do, or I'm ready to apply that fiber and free up some of my spindles. I'll go through spells where I actually, all my spindles are used up. Yeah. That's why I'm saying, you know, some people do not appreciate the time and effort that goes into, I mean, you can apply it directly off your spindles, but I don't like doing that. I like applying off of my spinning wheel. It's faster for me. And this is like kind of meditative thing. So if I got problems I want to work on in my head, then just sitting here and winding this yarn, it's fine. If you're watching TV, you can sit there and wind the yarn. If you're watching videos, I have a monitor right here in front of me that I can put YouTube videos on, and I can just sit there and watch videos, some of them hour-long freaking videos, podcasts, while I'm doing this. So it's a win-win situation. I get caught up on my videos, and I get some work done at the same time. So I just wanted to show you guys those two things today. Hopefully it can help you in your spinning and crocheting, add a little bit more knowledge to your repertoire. I know there's people that saying, oh, you shouldn't tie it together, blah, blah, blah. I don't want it to come apart. I'm tying it together. And you ain't using it, so don't worry about it. You do you. Okay? Because there's a reason knots exist. And I'm not afraid to use them in my crafting, because I'm not making stuff for perfectionists. And if a perfectionist wants something from me, then they need to understand. You might, especially if it's spindle spun, you might find where I did Navajo ply, because I rarely do 2-ply anything. I mostly do Navajo ply. Because I like the structure of a 3-ply yarn. So unless you custom order a 2-ply from me, it is very rare that I do a 2-ply ever. And yes, I do take custom spinning orders, by the way. So I'm gonna let you guys go, because I gotta get back to work on my Pay It Forward 2017 projects. And if you have any questions about this, or I'm gonna look at this video, which is rare too, is see if you guys could kind of see what I was doing. And if you can't, it's not hard to figure out. If it's a horrible video, I'll try to do it again for you. But like I said, my setup is not the best in the world. And yeah, I cleared off my desk and I put this is my drawing easel. It actually tilts up when I have the room. Right now I have my pencils sitting on top of them. You see some of the pencils there. Because I really got to get back into my drawing. If you don't use it, you lose it. And I lost so much when I went into the military that it ain't even funny. I lost the ability to speak Spanish. I lost the ability to just draw. I still doodle and stuff, but it's not like, you know, doing portraits and stuff like I used to be able to do. And that bothers me sometimes. And so I really want to have time for my crafts, and I want to have time for my art. I never got into painting and using coloring pencils and stuff, and I have them. I never got into them. So I think it's time I start using that stuff. And it might be some ugly pictures and stuff. I'll be posting these videos and it'll say art, or you know, it's not gonna be, you know, it'll have with these hands, with my crochet and knitting and stuff. But I'll also be doing art, where I'm just either coloring or sketching, drawing, doing tutorials, assignments that are given to me, like I used to do when I went to Edmark. And I'll be working on my art and talking about things that, you know, are bothering me. That was one of the reasons I started these videos, was so that I could vent my little rants. And it's healthy for me. That way you're not keeping everything inside till you get to the boiling point and you're ready to go and just knock somebody's head off their shoulders. I'm only 5'4". And a lot of people think I don't know why people think I'm just this angel. I'm a Pisces. I'm a very giving person. And I love giving things to people who need things. Like, you know, like sometimes people walk in the coffee shop and I just finished a hat and they didn't have a hat on and it's cold outside, and I give them a hat. It's not going to hurt me. And it's not like I'm strapped up for yarn. And I look at that as my tithing to the world, to the universe. When I give something away to someone, I look at that as my tithing. I don't need to be told you need to give the church this much money, because I don't know what the church is gonna do with that money. But I know if I go out and I buy a $4 or $5 skein of yarn, and I make 3 hats from that skein of yarn, and I give those hats to people who are in need, not only did I spend my money and put it out there in the world, in the universe, I just gave positive vibes and love back to the universe. I might have made somebody's day. They might not have a hat. They might not have a home. But you just gave them something they needed, but they had no idea how they were going to get it. They may have been panhandling just to get enough money to get just a plain cup of coffee. You never know what walk of life somebody is coming from when you give them the gift of crafting. So that is why I make hats and baby blankets to donate to Edmark, which is a local charity here in Portsmouth, Virginia, which is right across the water from where we live in Norfolk. most of the kids in the MR are either in cancer treatment or they're terminal in cancer treatment. But their cancer is a terminal style of type of cancer. It helps take, the kids love the hats. They love fun hats. They like the fingerless gloves. They like the ear warmers. They like the, you know, the little toys to play with and, you know, something to mess with while they're getting their treatments and infusions and therapies and radiation and whatnot. So, and it's a local charity. So I know exactly where the items I'm making are going. And I might even see somebody with one of the items I made. You never know. So, and it also gives that family something, a little bit of happiness for that child. And if that child passes, they still have that hat, and that hat has good memories attached to it for them. So it's something that family can hold on to, or the blanket, or whatever, you know, that they receive. So I'm going to go, because I ain't got nothing else to show y'all. But for the spinners who might be interested, look what I found. I found another bag of that purple bamboo I got. Another whole freaking bag of that stuff. This is heavy. I should weigh it. What I do it now? Here it is. I think I put this whole thing on my Etsy. Because I'm not a purple person. And, here's my scale. My scale. Alright. 14.8 ounces. So that's 14.8 ounces of bamboo. And a real beautiful royal purple. It looks silvery purple, but it's not. It's royal purple. Like a silvery blue. I don't know why color stuff comes. I have one of those lights that's supposed to be like being out in sunlight. This light right here. But it doesn't. It don't work. So, I ain't finna go out the door. I'll take a picture later. Alright, y'all. Take care. Talk to y'all later. Hope you enjoyed the little tips. I'll try and do one every so often when, you know, things pop up in my head. I'm like, hey, I wonder if they know they could do this. So, yep. I appreciate each and every one of you. Oh, yeah. Where's my little stupid sign at? Can't reach it. There we go. So, rate, comment, subscribe. My Instagram. Hold up. Let me see. There we go. Rate, comment, subscribe. My Instagram name is Shespins. My Twitter name is Shespins1. My Etsy name is Shespins Yarn. Facebook Shespins. You got a theme going, right? Shespins.com. My website is Shespins.com. And my Ravelry name is Shespins. So, I hope to see you guys soon when I do my regular video. I'm going to have a lot of stuff to show y'all because I'm trying to get all my pay it forward stuff done and ready to be mailed out to the recipients so I can start concentrating on stuff I want to do. I say that every year, don't I? I say it every year. Have you seen me concentrate on stuff I want to do for me yet? Think about it now. So y'all take care and have a good Sunday.